After this, the Lord formed 35 teams among the other disciples. Each team was 2 disciples, 70 in all. And he commissioned them to go ahead of him into every town he was about to visit. He released them with these instructions. The harvest is huge, but there are not enough harvesters to bring it in. As you go, plead with the owner of the harvest to send out many more workers into this harvest fields. Now, off you go. I'm sending you out, even though you feel as vulnerable as lambs going into a pack of wolves. You won't need to bring anything with you. Trust in God alone and don't get distracted from the purpose by anyone you might meet along the way. Once you enter a house, speak to the people there and say, God's blessings of peace be upon this house. If a lover of peace resides there, your peace will rest upon that household. But if you are rejected, your blessings of peace will come back to you. Don't shift from one house to another, but stay in one home. During your time in the city, eat and drink whatever they serve you. Receive your hospitality, for you are my harvesters, and you deserve to be cared for. When you enter into a new town, you have been welcomed by its people. Follow these rules. Eat whatever is served you. Heal the sick. Tell them God's kingdom has arrived and is now within your reach. But when you enter a city and they do not receive you, say to them publicly, we wipe from our feet the very dust of the streets of a testimony before you. Understand this, God's kingdom came within your reach, yet you have rejected God's invitation. And so mostly what I want to talk about today is heal the sick. It says, actually, listen to this. When you enter a new town and you have been welcomed by its people, follow these rules. Follow these rules. And one rule is eat what served you. Heal the sick and tell them God's kingdom has arrived and now within your reach. And when they don't reject you, you wipe the dust off your feet as a testimony against them. This all came about when I was complaining to God one day. I said, in order to do this, you need to heal me. And he said, heal yourself. And instantly, I knew what he was saying because that's what I believe. By our faith, we're healed. And so why am I complaining? Why aren't you healing me? Heal me, or I can't do this. And it was a mindset thing. It was a thing the enemy was oppressing me with. And I know better. But I was just being a baby about it, like we get sometimes. There's a lot going on and a lot of distractions in my life. Actually, presently, the enemy is taking his best shot, but he's not going to win. So anyway, I was complaining about this, and he said, heal yourself. Heal yourself. I've given you power and authority to cast out demons, lay hands on the sick. He gave them power and authority. He said, one of the things you need to do is go heal the sick. But, and then some people are going to say, well, who do you think you are? I was in a church like that. They said, who do you think you are? Well, Jesus sent me. I have his power on the inside of me, and I believe it. I believe he's a healer. And I believe that he has commissioned me. And so I can heal you. But we have this wrong mindset, and we're so shy about it. And we're always saying, well, Jesus did it. Jesus did it. Of course Jesus did it. He gave you his power and authority. He left and said, I'm going. Now you go do what I was doing. And yet we're all shy and timid, and we don't think we're good enough. And the devil's saying, you can't do that. And people are saying, you can't do that. And Jesus said, tell them that you're shaking the dust off your feet as a testimony against them. I sent you. He said, if they reject you, they rejected me. And if they rejected me, they reject the one who sent me. And so I was excited. It was encouraging. And we need to hear him encourage us. We need to hear that. And so I want to encourage you today. Stop crying to him. The other thing he said, if you can't heal yourself, how are you going to go out, lay hands on the sick, cast out demons? How are you going to go lay hands on sick if you can't even heal yourself? And many people are trying to do that. And it's because we're afraid of their judgment. The churches are full of people that are saying, you can't do that. Who do you think you are? They said it to Jesus. Who do you think you are? He said, I'm the Son of Man. And we're God's children. And he said, you go do what I was doing. Heal the sick. Disciples came back and they were so excited that even the demons listened to him. And Jesus said, yeah, of course. I saw him falling from like lightning from the sky. And then the other thing he said, and I want to point this out because this is my ministry. The other thing he said, don't get so excited about that. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, that should just be a given, is how he put it, kind of. And you can read it. It's in the end of this verse. And this is actually Luke 10. And he said, but rejoice that your names are written in the book of life. Because that is part of giving up your will for his. I'm talking about giving up your will. Stop doing what you think you should do. Stop thinking what you think you should think. And do his will. Think what he thinks. And he thinks you should go do it. Not everyone who calls me Lord will enter into the kingdom of heaven, but those who do the will of my Father. This is doing his will, and he proves it as he says. Don't be so excited about that, but be even more excited that your name is written in the book. The 70 missionaries returned to Jesus. They were ecstatic with joy, telling him, Lord, even the demons obeyed us when we commanded them. Jesus said, while you were ministering, I watched Satan topple until he fell suddenly from heaven, like lightning to the ground. Now, you understand that I have imparted to you my authority to trample over this kingdom. You will trample upon every demon before you and overcome every power Satan possesses. Absolutely nothing will harm you as you walk in this authority. However, your real source of joy isn't merely that spirits submit to your authority, but that your names are written in the journals of heaven and that you belong to God's kingdom. This is the true source of your authority. Then Jesus, this is cool because we think we're not good enough. You know, we've been told, who do you think you are? And, you know, we just step out and we get pushed down and we don't get back up. Jesus is saying this. He said this. He's overflowing with the Spirit's joy. And he said, Father, explain, Father, thank you. For you are Lord supreme over heaven and earth, and you have hidden the great revelation of this authority from those who are proud, those in their own eyes, and you have shared it with those who are humble, who humble themselves. Yes, Father, this is what pleases your heart, to give these things to those who are like trusting children. Father, you have entrusted me with all that you have. No one fully knows the Son except for the Father, and no one fully knows the Father except the Son. But the Son is able to reveal the Father to anyone he chooses. And so all you have to do is be commissioned. And when you surrender to him, that's what he's waiting for. When you surrender to him your will and you're willing to do his will, then you're going to go and do this. And you're going to be excited that it actually works. The reason you didn't believe it worked before is because you haven't submitted to yourself. When you submit to him, when you surrender, when you're humble yourself before him, say, I'll go anywhere, I'll do anything. When you have that childlike faith, like Jesus said, he's going to show you. He's going to show you. And he's going to say things to you like he said to me. Heal yourself. What are you waiting for? Why are you putting up with it? Heal yourself. You don't have to depend on me. You go. Remember the woman with the issue of blood. She thought if she could just touch the hem of his garment, she'd be made well, and she was. She was made well. All she just touched him. Her faith. He said, daughter, go, suffer no more. Your faith has made you well. So all you have to do is touch that revelation, touch the hem of his garment, and heal yourself. Your faith makes you well. Your faith is what heals you. We're not saying we're God. We're saying his children, and we're his children. And he said, go, do what I was doing. I'm commissioning you. I'm sending you out. The harvest is huge, but the workers are few because they don't believe. They won't surrender. You know, they're just living by their little pea brains. And that's all we got without him is a little pea brain. We think we know so much, but we don't. Surrender to him. Give up your life for him so you can go and do what he was doing, so you can do the greater thing. Surrender. Don't do your will, do his will. Not everyone who calls me Lord will enter into the kingdom of heaven, but those who do the will of my Father. If he's commissioning you to go, then you got to go do his will. And many are going to say, but we did this, we did that. We did works. He used to say, I didn't know you. I told you to do this. Whatever he told you to do and you're not doing it, whatever his will is, if you're just doing your own will, he's going to say he didn't know you. And so I just want to encourage you, heal yourself. Get it figured out. Heal yourself. And then go and do what he said. Lay your hands on the sick and heal them. Heal them. Be confident in knowing that he has called you and he has authorized you. He said, follow these rules. Eat whatever they give you and heal the sick. Tell them the kingdom of God has come near you. And if they reject you, and they will, many are going to say, again, I'm going to say this, who do you think you are? You can't do that. I'm a child of God, and he told me to go. He told me to heal you with my faith. And if you join my faith with your faith, and that's the other thing, okay, to finish that, you'll be healed. That's the other thing. When you have faith and that person doesn't have faith, then there's a conflict there. And so many people already don't believe. And then you lay hands on them and they try to make a fool of you, just like the Pharisees tried to do to Jesus. So don't worry about it. If they didn't get healed, it's because of their faith. But you do what you're supposed to do with your faith. And I just want to mention my hat because it says pray. And many people misunderstand prayer. I felt the Lord tell me to talk about this. Kind of felt this when I was putting it on today. And he said, tell them that praying isn't asking and begging, but praying is talking to God, conversing with him. Praying to your Lord is esteeming him. Yes, asking him for wisdom. Asking him, yes, but not begging him to heal you. It always makes me angry when I hear people, begging God to heal someone, gathering around them. I've been in churches where they gather around them and they're pleading and begging and asking God, please heal him, please. And the person doesn't get healed, and that's because you don't have to even ask. You've been authorized. You've been commissioned to go and do his will. Well, there is one condition. You need to surrender to him to be his disciple. Surrender to him. Be his. Be like him. Resist the enemy, and he will flee. He has no power. He has no power in your life when you resist him. When you resist the lie, when you know the truth, all power and authority has been given unto you. And you focus on that truth. You live by that truth. It's your power. The truth is your power. Let's pray. Jesus, we thank you and praise you. Thank you for showing us the truth. We recognize you. We acknowledge you right now and your wisdom. He's saying his power is here to heal right now. And I believe with you that you can be well. Whatever is wrong with you, I agree with you. My faith and your faith. I believe you are well. Reach out your hand. Reach out your hands and touch mine. He said, when two or more are gathered in his name, he is here. He's here to heal you. His power is here to heal. Now receive it. Receive it, whatever it is. There's nothing that's impossible for him. Everything is possible for him who who believes. He said, whatever you say to the mountain, whatever you say, whatever you believe, if you believe, it'll be done for you. All power and authority has been given unto me, and I'm giving it to you. Now go and do what I was doing. Heal yourself and then go forth.